Beloved Imzaia, welcome to this moment. I am the Pah Kwan Yin San. In these last few videos that we have released in these last couple of weeks, we have been speaking a great deal about a great many things, all of which contain within their essence a deep, timeless truth. But even though that is so, it is easy to get lost, to move away from the simplicity of that truth. And today I want to talk to you about that a little bit. Essentially a very simple topic: choosing love in every moment. We are recording this video because earlier today, in conversation with the student body here in Hanasanka, and more particularly with Dapalasanka, Barak Solarasan, who's also here in the room with me as I record this, we came to the understanding, yet again an understanding we come to a great deal, in fact, that while all of these pieces of truth and of information can be shared with one, it is also very easy to make a distinction, to compartmentalize, as it were, between these things that one contemplates and the daily reality in which one appears to contemplate these things. Of course, if you study the metaphysical truth that the Imzaia material offers, you know that at the end of the day there is no real difference between the internal state of contemplation of metaphysical truth and the external expression that is this reality. Yet, through the ego, mind, personality concept, it becomes so easy to forget the fact that the internal reality and the external reality are one and the same. And what unifies both of these realities is San, the active ingredients of reality creation, as I have often mentioned, which begins with the simplicity of love. Now, when we speak of this love, do we speak of the love you have for another man, another woman, a child, an animal perhaps? Or do we speak of the love you have for things, the things in your home and things that you might be proud of, the little important things that have been given to you by very important people in your life perhaps? Is that the type of love we speak of? Or do we speak of the love of sharing experiences together, memories that are made? Or don't we speak of these types of love at all? where do these types of love that can be defined truly exist? If you feel into it, do they exist in the head, or in the heart, or in the belly? And when you scan yourself that way, when you allow that flow of consciousness that is you to pass through these centers of the beingness that you are, then you might notice that something within the heart stirs. Something that has been there all along. Something that in language, in sound, we express as Da. That force that is love, the closest of which you can achieve a sensation here in the form of magnetics in the physical reality. And you know that magnetics is considered by science, for instance, a force, a powerful field that can influence matter, that can influence energy, that can even bend light. So we know, therefore, even in the third density scientific perspective on reality, that magnetics, the closest form of love in the metaphysical realm that you can experience here in the physical realm, is a force to be reckoned with. It is a radiating force that is eternally present. And in its eternal presence, it has no beginning, no middle, and no end. As Da Solaris Sun has taught many times in the study of vibration, there is nothing that comes before the active ingredient and the active act of love, therefore. And there's nothing that comes after. These points of love that I described earlier for a person or a thing or a memory or an event, all of these have things that come before and that become present after. They are things, therefore, that are temporary. And these sensations that you attribute often to the concept of love are temporary. They are temporary by the very nature that you experience them sometimes. They will rise up sometimes, but they will also die down. And when they do, they make space for other forms of energy, emotional states. It can be a neutral state, it can be a happy state, it can be a sad state. All of these emotional states come and go. This is, of course, not hard to recognize when you are willing to take a look. However, for those that do dare and venture out and take a look at these things, they will very clearly see, very quickly as well, the larger reality of love, the metaphysical beingness that is love. When metaphysical seekers like yourself, however, stick their head out of the firmament, if you could say it like that for a minute, when you look beyond the typical manifestation of third density reality and the expression of love therein, and you touch that space, what is it then? And that is what this video truly is about, I guess. What is it then that makes it so that while you experience this deep truth of love, and while it can be so all-encompassing in that moment, what is it then that makes you move away from it, that makes you apparently forget about it, that makes you move back into the dim-lit and dim-witted halls of the mind, of physical daily reality, of things coming and going, rising up and releasing again? I guess the answer to that is not very difficult for many of you. We have spoken about it in past videos a lot. Obviously, this is the energy of Sahvok, the concept of the ego-mind-personality construct. For those of you that would like to learn more about that, I invite you to go back to the earlier material and to stay tuned for the upcoming material as well. However, again, that is not where this conversation wishes to go today. We must stay in the heart of all things at all times. And the way to recognize that heart is love. So you find yourself waking up in the morning, you find yourself thinking about things, doing things, talking to people. Ask yourself, am I not only choosing love, but am I love? Am I expressing love? As I told you in another video, the notion of Akheyasin, an Akheyasin, a student of metaphysical truth and of Ascension training and practice, first and foremost chooses to let one's Akene be an eternal, expressive flow of the rivers of San. So ask yourself the question, which I guess is what this video comes down to. Are you doing this at all times? Or are you skipping ahead to the more mental and sometimes more imaginative and sometimes more exuberant even parts of metaphysical tuition and training? It is easy to do that. It is easy to get distracted by thoughts about things that you do not yet fully grasp. However, beloved, love you do fully grasp. You are made of it. You are the creator of it as well. This is the simplest ascension practice or metaphysical practice that anyone can do at any given time. However, the trick is, and this is where it gets interesting, the trick is to do it at all times. The Pah Lao Tze San very often talks about consistency and continuity, and while that may sound like very boring concepts from ancient traditions or ancient teachers, think about it. You are doing many things on a continuous and consistent basis. You are thinking, eating, drinking, bathing, sleeping, waking, eating, if I haven't said that one already, and doing all sorts of things on a consistent basis. In fact, maybe the most important one of all, you are breathing on a consistent basis. So there you have it. Make your breath the breath of love. Give yourself something so simple than what you are already doing on a consistent basis, such as the power of breath, and connect this breath to Da at all times. Therefore, as a reminder to yourself, the in-breath is Da, and the out-breath, you guessed it, is Da. The in-breath eternally is I am love, and the out-breath eternally is I am love. I am not talking about a mental game or a mental exercise where you consistently push away any other thought or any other sensation or emotion or experience or anything like that. I am talking about generating an underlying wave, a foundational, fundamentally different wave underneath all of that. And when I say creating that wave, let's turn that into recognizing that wave, because this is a river of sun that is always present for you. We started making this video this morning because of a feeling of Sahvok, of ego, mind, personality, trying to take something that is as precious as being together here right now in this moment and turning it into the mundaneness of a daily reality. And that is simply not good enough. That choice for Sahvok is not the choice for Ascension tuition. It is not the choice an Akyasan makes. It is not the choice you can make. So I invite all of you to look at the expressions that rule your day, the movements through the moments of your day. Where do you stay? Where do you live? Where do you exist? In your heart? In your head? Or in your belly? Ask yourself that very simple question with every action, with every thought, with every movement, with every breath. And when you do, the gift of service to the whole that you will give to others, when they come across you, people familiar or unfamiliar with your beingness, will come across you and will see in your eyes, will be met by love, will be met with the sensation of Da that they within themselves will also recognize. And it will be in your words, and it will be in your heart, and it will be in your touch, and it will be in your movement. It will be in every fiber of your being, in every cell, in every photon. That is what we wish for you. Because in that simplicity, if you can find that within yourself, then you have cracked something so big that it will change your entire life. It will change your approach to this Pa, to this study, and it will change all things around you. It will be a great service. So that is what I invite you to do. Don't let yourself get moved into spaces that you know deep down you do not wish to be in. And be there for one another. Be love. It is a simple message. Choose love in every moment. And you will see the portal that opens up into a state of joy and joyful expression. All things effortless, all things in beauty. This is the core of you. I hope with all my heart and being that this video may have contributed to you returning to that core. As you come across, perhaps in the moments ahead, the energy of ego, mind, personality, construct, the energy of Sahvok, simply see it for what it is, an invitation to a world that you are ascending beyond, but not in the sense that you ascend beyond it, separate from it, and leave it behind, but in the transformation of your being, so it will transform. Bring love everywhere today. Thank you for your time. I am the Pah Kwan Yin San, and I look forward to seeing you again on one of our upcoming videos on Imzaia World. Sanake.